Multiple sources are reporting a potential lightweight title showdown between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria set for June 28 at UFC 317 in Las Vegas. Topuria recently teased upcoming news, while his brother Alexander hinted at the same when questioned. UFC CEO Dana White added fuel to the speculation by simply smiling when asked about the matchup. New developments suggest that both Islam Makhachev and Khamzat Chimaev are expected to fight on the same card during June's International Fight Week in Las Vegas. Razul Shamstapinov, a manager and coach closely tied to Chimaev's camp, posted on social media that Makhachev's likely opponent is indeed Ilia Topuria. While the bout hasn't been officially confirmed, an announcement is expected soon, further building excitement for what's shaping up to be a blockbuster event.
Non, pas trouvé les bonnes dates. Topuria, Makhachev, l'équipe. Il y a Makhachev, Topuria, ils vont combattre les mêmes soirées que Khamzat Chimaev. Comme ça, oui. En juin. Soyez prêts. Les deux combats auront lieu le même soir pour les ceintures. Ça va être la plus grosse soirée de l'année du UFC. Khamzat contre le champion, frère. Des plessus là, Plessus là, je sais pas comment on s'appelle lui. Comme j'aime pas son blaze en plus. Bon allez, comment ça... Ça n'a pas été annoncé, mais ça a été dit par moi. Mais bientôt ça va sortir, t'inquiète. De plessus, ouais, un truc comme ça. Bon allez, comment ça... Bon, Chimaev et Topuria, les deux, je pense qu'ils vont gagner. En tout cas, je vois Topuria 60% gagner contre Islam. Ouais, j'ai lâché un sacré info, frérot. Moi, j'ai lâché une sacré info.
Many fans are voicing frustration over the possibility of Ilia Topuria receiving an immediate title shot, bypassing other contenders. However, if the UFC decides to move forward with the matchup, fan backlash is unlikely to sway Dana White. Islam Makhachev would likely accept the fight if offered, setting the stage for one of the biggest showdowns in UFC history. Meanwhile, the middleweight title bout between Dricus du Plessis and Khamzat Chimaev remains unconfirmed, keeping fans on edge as they await official news. Adding to the excitement, Daniel Cormier recently revealed his wish list for future lightweight matchups, further fueling anticipation. As passionate fans of this incredible sport, all we can do now is look forward to the thrilling fights and blockbuster announcements that continue to shape the ever-evolving world of MMA.
Here's what I would suggest, and I'm not a matchmaker. Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. Yes, book it. Gaethje versus Sarukian. Book it. Whoever wins fights Makhachev. That's it right there. That's it. Topuria gets the shot. Sarukian, Gaethje, winner gets the title fight. We're back in line at 155. Oliveira, go down to New Orleans. Fight Dustin Poirier. If you win again, you're next after that guy. There it is. That's it. Oliveira fits the bill. Oliveira is a former champion, a big name. He could be the type of guy Poirier would want to fight in his retirement.
Magomedov recently shed light on why his fighter struggled to take down and control Alex Pereira during their title bout, which largely played out on the feet. According to the Dagestani coach, Pereira may have been smeared with a foreign substance. Magomedov claimed Pereira had some kind of ointment on his body and even mentioned a sticky residue in his hair. The plan was to go for takedowns in the first round, clinch him and control him against the cage, Magomedov explained. But when Magomed pressed him against the fence near our corner, it felt like Pereira was covered in something. Based on my experience, I believe that's what happened. He added that another team member allegedly smelled the ointment and noticed something sticky in Pereira's hair. Magomedov also alluded to long-standing rumors about some Brazilian fighters using similar tactics, specifically referencing Pereira's coach, who he claims has a history of such methods. While the accusation is serious, many skeptics point out the rigorous pre-fight inspections that all fighters undergo just outside the octagon, suggesting it would be nearly impossible for something like that to go unnoticed. The controversy has sparked debate among fans and analysts, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the already heated matchup. Meanwhile, Pereira's loss to Magomed Ankalaev has had ripple effects beyond the fight itself, particularly for Jon Jones. Nearly a week after the bout, the UFC heavyweight champion commented on Pereira's livestream, simply writing disappointed. Jones had been eyeing a potential super fight with Pereira, possibly as an alternative to a unification bout with interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall. With Pereira now out of the title picture, Jones faces a pivotal decision: take on Aspinall or vacate the belt, one that could significantly shape the future of the heavyweight division.
No, and this is me rating the following fighters out of 10.
Yuri Prohaska,
8.5.
Alex Volkanovski,
9.
Michael Chandler,
7.
Alex Pereira,
9.
Dricus Du Plessis,
9.5. Because he makes that unorthodox style work for him, and none of his opponents have any idea how to deal with it. It's a super smart fighter.
Sean Strickland,
8.5.
Cyril Gane,
8.
Alexander Volkov,
8.5.
Jamal Hill,
8.5.
finally Jon Jones.
9.5. Nobody can be the perfect fighter, but he's close to it. He's definitely.
Everything is now done on Jon's side, and the UFC now have to find a date and a venue, a place, location. So we're waiting for that. We've got some good news coming soon, hopefully. Jon, there's only one way, there's only one thing to do, mate. Sign the contract and let's get a date going. And I know
Jon Jones is scared to fight me.
You know what tonight told me? There's no way I make the Pereira fight. Okay. Jon's too big. Great wrestler. See how he took Stipe down in that first round? I like Alex Pereira. I like him personally. You know, it just it just doesn't make sense to make that fight. If they both want it bad enough and they're both hounding me or something, maybe I would do it. It's just Alex Pereira is killing it. Look at his age and what he's doing right now. What's the reason to go up and fight a guy that's so much bigger than you and such a
Tom released that video blog a few days ago on the train where he was saying like Jon's side is holding up the fight. What is he referring to there?
Well, I think that listen, Jon Jones definitely wants to fight. Just when and where is what we're working on now.
Do you feel confidence? I think you said Jon
I'm very
in summer on first day.
That fight happens, yeah.
Summer?
Yeah.
And you were talking about Tom and Jon. Tom released that video blog a few days ago on the train where he was saying like Jon's side is holding up the fight. What is he referring to there?
Well, I think that listen, Jon Jones definitely wants to fight. Just when and where is what we're working on now.
Do you feel confidence? I think you said Jon.
I'm very
in
confident
summer on first day.
that fight happens. Yeah.
Summer.
Yeah.
He keeps saying he doesn't want Aspinall.
Aspinall need that fight. I don't need it. When you look at it, pretty much true. There's nothing that he's going to make winning that fight if it's not money. But for Aspinall, that will be everything.
Would you rather see him face Aspinall or would you rather see him face Pereira?
Aspinall will be a more challenging fight because Aspinall responds to a ground game better than Pereira. Aspinall will respond better in wrestling than Pereira. And you can do what
that cool dudes. Love you guys, bro. But he's the same height as me, if not an inch taller, but thick. Yeah. And I was like, you're a lot thicker than I would expect. And the speed. Yeah. That's the thing that I'm like, okay, that's the danger. But again, grappling, he's a black belt. Jon that's different. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know, man. They gotta fight.
If you're willing to pay me, just pay me. If not, God bless you.
What do you think the UFC has to do with Tom Aspinall now?
I don't know. I mean, Tom's good champion, he's a great champion and stuff. I want Jon Jones.
I think you would be the first one to beat him.
You damn right would be.
I just feel like based off the way he fights, his whole style with putting his fingers in your eye, kicking your knee back and keeping you away from him. He keeps you at his length where he wants. Yeah. And you're a taller guy. You got longer arms than most people he fights and stuff like that. So I don't think he can do all that to you.
Do you know what? No, he's not scared of anybody. He's the greatest ever. No, he's the greatest ever. I'm talking about does he want to do it? Because we know he can beat anybody. Does he want to do it?
He does want to
fight. When do you think we would potentially see him back?
This summer.
Okay.
I don't want to fight dangerous up-and-comers anymore. I want to fight dangerous, established champions. So Tom can have the heavyweight championship. I don't really care about it. That my value doesn't lie in belts anymore. I've created something much bigger.
Jon Jones is the fight. You have him fight the greatest of all time. You pay Jon Jones what he's worth. You do Alex versus Jon Jones. It's actually the only fight to make. Jon Jones versus Alex has to be next. That's ridiculous. And Clive's won 10 in a row. I get all that. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm a purist myself. I'm talking about straight business, Vince McMahon, WWE style. How are we going to make money? It's the winner of Jon Jones, Stipe, or bust. Everything else, we can't. It kind of fucks up everything, dude.
I'm the best heavyweight in the world. Prove me wrong, John. If you think you are, prove me wrong. Simple, nothing personal. I ain't hating on nobody. I'm the best heavyweight in the world. If you think you are, let's settle it. Simple as that.
Stipe wins the fight or Jon Jones wins the fight, the way that both of those guys are wired, I think they fight Aspinall. So
as far as retirement, the idea for me is to go out there and beat Stipe. You know, how rude of us is it to just be completely looking past Stipe already? So the main goal is to get past Stipe. And if I can do it in a really dominant, devastating fashion, then the desire in my heart would be like, okay, now it's Alex Pereira. And if the UFC doesn't want that to happen, because ultimately it's the boss's decision, then it won't happen. And I'll just move on with my life. But that's one of the ways I look at it is, would you guys rather lose me or get one more super fight? And the only super fight that makes sense to me, not to everyone else, but to me and my team, is Alex Pereira.
Whether or not you'd fight Tom Aspinall, whether you retire after this fight. I know we'd all love to see you keep going. How do you feel right now?
You know what? While I got the moment, while everybody's cheering and so happy, I want to acknowledge Jesus Christ. And I know that there's millions of people around the world watching right now. And I just want to let you guys know that Jesus loves you so much. That's all I'll say about that. And as far as my future in the octagon, I decided that maybe I will not retire, and that I have some conversations to have with Dana and Hunter, and we have some negotiating to do. And if everything goes right, maybe we'll give you guys what you want to see. I'm proud to be a great American champion. I'm proud to be a Christian American champion.
Aspinall and Curtis Blade fights the winner of Jon Jones, Stipe Miocic.
Absolutely.
You're calling out Jon Jones.
Yeah.
Right? That's the boogeyman. Like, Jon Jones is the fucking boogeyman. When he fought Gustafsson, he had almost no training camp. They said he barely showed up, talked to Jackson about it, and Greg Jackson was telling me, he's like, he didn't even train for that fight. He pulled that fight off in the 4th and 5th rounds. That's when he really turned it up. So you're talking about a guy who hasn't even been training, and then you saw the real Jon Jones in the 2nd fight. That's motivating.
I defended interim title. Yeah. Helen Brown defended twice. If a situation arose, would you be prepared to defend that title again?
No, I ain't defending it again. I deserve. I'm in a tough spot because Jon Jones is going to come back in a few months. So the Undisputed is going to be active. If the Undisputed is active, I should be fighting for the Undisputed next, and I won't move on that.
Obviously, you called out Jon Jones in the cage after the fight. Very respectful. Mm-hmm. Have you seen his message and response?
Yeah, I've seen it. Jon Jones still needs to sign on a dotted line saying he's going to fight me. He can say whatever he wants. Saying stuff and doing stuff is completely different. So if you're watching, John, you're invited. Turn up, because I'll be there. If you sign up, I'll be there.
Well, you also talk about like the activity you wanted to fight. The name that's been mentioned is Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Is that a fight you actually think that could happen?
If it's for the Undisputed title, yeah, I'll fight anybody. Fight anybody for the Undisputed title. That's what I deserve. I deserve to fight for the Undisputed title next. So that's where that's going to be our next move for sure.
If Jon Jones had the chance of